All right. Should we do a podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the tablet?
Dude, do you have stuff to
Oh
talk
shit!
about?
I don't even have the. I haven't even done all that.
Do you have stuff to talk about, Nick?
Yeah, I've been playing games.
What?
Hey, welcome to episode 146 of Front Seat Gamer. I'm Nick. I'm here with Severn
Yo.
and Blake.
Hey,
How's it going, guys?
it's pretty good.
Yeah, feeling good.
Been a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
First of 2022.
Yeah.
It's been at least a couple months, right?
It's been, yeah, well, we had the whole, lockdown in Auckland, and then we did one episode
One
after,
episode,
and
yeah.
then we had a
Holiday.
Christmas break, a big holiday break.
Big holiday break.
Yeah.
Some stuff's happened.
You're looking at me?
I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
don't
Stuff
know.
has happened.
Yeah, some stuff's happened.
Should I say it?
Yeah, Severn hit puberty.
Yeah. Finally. That's why I sound different.
Yep.
I don't know what you want to say. I'll let you make that decision.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Okay, great.
Could have said,
you guys
said before the podcast if you wanted to say something.
I didn't though. So, you guys playing anything?
Last on air.
You guys playing anything? I've been playing stuff.
What have you been playing, Nick?
I've been playing Pokemon Legends.
Pokemon Legends.
Yeah.
Is that what? Is that the brand new one?
That's the one, the open world.
What's it called? Pokemon Legends.
Arceus or Arceus? I don't know.
Okay, I gotta ask. Is it actually any good? Because I'm on the fence of getting it.
Okay. Well, shall we do a deep dive?
Yes.
I've probably put in about 10 hours since I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Just a sort of rough estimate. I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun. It is, when you're looking at a long distance over like the open world, it is ugly as all sin.
Yep.
When you're looking at like a real close up, it's actually pretty good
Okay.
looking. It's quite interesting. You compare it to like Breath of the Wild that came out like almost 5 years ago, and
How?
and how?
I mean, I said how because that's a long time ago for this game for the comparison.
Yeah,
And this game just came out, and everything I've heard about it, most people are just harping on how bad the graphics are. That's
Yeah.
really it.
it doesn't look amazing.
Yeah.
And you know what? Really should have looked better.
Yeah.
All right. My initial question is who made it?
Game Freak.
Game Freak.
Yeah, it's the same Pokemon studio.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was Game Freak.
Yeah, okay. What else have they worked on? I can't think of
Pokemon.
anything.
All Pokemon, yeah.
The
But-
2D Pokemons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this
Okay.
is their first big 3D, fully 3D Pokemon game.
Sword
Well, I mean,
and
okay,
Shield.
not fully 3D, open
Dude, there's
world.
no excuse for this,
thing.
right? Aren't they making a lot
Here's
of money
the
on
excuse
Pokemon?
is they don't know what they're doing.
Mm.
Yeah, that's right.
So, okay, I was thinking about this last night, in fact. If you look at the history of Pokemon,
Mm.
they put out this game, Pokemon Red and Blue,
Mm.
went gangbusters.
Mm.
Huge game, one of the biggest games in history. It's just amazing,
Mm-hmm.
revolutionary, massive success. They then were like, okay, we've caught lightning in a bottle. Let's just keep putting that same lightning in that same bottle for the
Yep.
next 20 years.
Yeah.
Green, yellow,
Yeah, gold and silver.
Gold, silver were legit releases, I think.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Those are good games,
Mm.
but they're the same game
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
as Pokemon Red and Blue.
That's
It's
what
like
people like. That's what they liked.
that's the thing. It
That's
was
what
like,
people like.
okay,
When-
what do we do this time? How about 8 gyms, an
Yeah.
arrival, and there's an Elite Four.
And it's like, what do we call the professor this time?
It's something with the tree.
Yep.
Okay, what about the starter Pokemon? Fire, water, grass.
Yep.
And they've done that every single game.
For 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've all been successful. What's the
Yeah.
excuse, man?
Yes and no.
I
yes.
think even, what's been the least successful Pokemon game?
I'd probably Sword and Shield.
Real? Oh.
I don't know for sure, but here's the thing. I love Pokemon, but Pokemon fans have serious Stockholm syndrome.
Mm.
Yeah.
And just strictly speaking, old Pokemon games are like other Pokemon games after like Red and Blue. They're fine. They've added some stuff, but they're functionally the same game.
Can you turn it down?
Okay. Seb's just signaling me
sorry.
to turn the. I don't think it actually comes up, but
Okay.
I'll turn it off.
Sorry, guys.
I've just turned off the aircon, so we're gonna real sweat it out in here now.
Yeah, it's gonna get hot and sweaty.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first time they've actually changed the formula since Red and Blue, and they've done a lot of things right. Graphics isn't one of them. And there's still like a lot of like problems, and there's some things that are just like, why couldn't you just do this thing?
So like,
But
okay, Sword and Shield had the that big central region that was like open world type situation. How different to that does it look then? Because
I didn't play Sword and Shield, so I don't know.
wait, you didn't?
No. What is that supposed to mean?
This is news to me. I thought you did.
No. Did we ever discuss it? Jake did.
That's crazy.
Friend of the podcast, Jake.
Yeah, because I played it. It's the first Pokemon game I played since like Red.
You should
Red
get
or Blue.
I think you should get Arceus. Well, however, I'm going to call it Arceus because that's the way it's pronounced in my head. I don't know the official pronunciation. I'm probably wrong. Arceus for now. You should. I think you should get it. Here's. I'll take you through like sort of what the loop is.
Yeah.
Maybe like 4 years ago they released Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu.
Oh yeah, I remember
the
that.
Switch.
Yep.
One of the things they did was they moved the like Pokemon Go catching system into a mainline Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm.
So that what I liked about that game is it took out a lot of the needless battles.
Yeah. Right.
Old style Pokemon games, once you've played a Pokemon game, it becomes a case of just mashing A to get through battles.
Yep. Yeah, I know.
And that's just not fun.
Yeah. Well, that's it with Pokemon Sword that I played. I only got like maybe not even halfway through, maybe a third of the way through, and I was at that point where I was like, some battles I'd rather just run from because I can't be bothered.
Yep.
Like
it takes time.
Spending the time.
It's not interesting.
Yeah.
So that's been a problem for 15 years. I want to say at least. But in this, you're in an open world. You have a set of items that you kind of go around collecting items. You can craft things. One of the items you can craft are Pokeballs. And then if you see a Pokemon, you can like crouch and try and sneak up to it and throw a Pokeball at it. And if you catch it, amazing.
Cool.
You catch it, you don't have to fight it.
Yep.
If you don't catch it, depending on the type of Pokemon, it might react and it might run away.
Yep.
It might just be like, what's going on? It might get aggressive.
Yeah. Sounds all cool to me.
If it's aggressive, it's gonna not attack your Pokemon, it's gonna attack you.
Oh.
And you have to then switch your items to your Pokemon, which you can all do on the controller.
Yeah.
You're not going to menus for any of this.
Yeah.
And you throw your Pokemon out to fight it if you want to fight it. And that's when it goes into turn-based fighting. But that means for the most part, you're not doing fighting. You're doing like walking around the world, kind of like trying to approach these Pokemon carefully, going into tall grass to like stay hidden.
Stealth.
Oh
mechanics.
wait, the tall grass, isn't that where the Pokemon live though?
This is the thing. They flipped it on its head. This is now where you live.
Oh my god.
you are the monster in the tall grass. It's you can like throw bait out to like distract them while you throw your Pokeballs at them. And then there's like alpha Pokemon, which are like bigger versions of.
Are those the red eye Pokemon?
Yeah,
I have heard of this. Yeah.
And they're always aggressive.
There's Roid Rage red eye Pokemon out there. Yeah.
And so like when you see one of those, they're usually also way higher level than the ones around it. So it's like real kind of nerve wracking to approach one. And it's hard to catch them.
Yeah.
And because they're aggressive, you can't catch a Pokemon that's trying to fight you.
Yeah.
So you can still kind of sneak up on them if you're lucky, but a lot of them will just try and attack you on sight. And so it's about like dodging.
Yeah.
It's about getting into position. It's about getting the fight going, and then like doing the sort of Pokemon trying to weaken them and catch it, sort of thing. The battle system has been simplified and kind of tuned.
It's been simplified.
Well, okay.
It was already pretty simple.
You say that, but then there's like a lot of silly hidden information in old Pokemon games.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's like,
I mean, we did just say you just press A to get through the battles.
yes, that's when you're doing like the story content.
Right.
If you want to do like competitive Pokemon, there's a whole bunch of wackiness.
You mean with other human beings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know about that. I do know there's this whole like breeding thing
Yeah.
that competitive people get into, and
Okay. Here's the thing I discovered last night. It's probably one of my favorite features of the game. Okay, you know in Pokemon, you have 4 moves for your Pokemon.
Yep.
If your Pokemon wants to learn a new move, you have to forget an old move.
Yeah.
That means if you want to use a TM or an HM,
Yep.
you're getting rid of a move. In this, they can only have 4 moves active.
Oh.
And then you can go to a menu and be like, I want to change my moves. And then it gives you the list of moves it knows.
Wow, that's
And
a
you're like-
game changer.
Yeah. And you're like, okay, I'm going to swap this out for that. And it's like, okay, great.
Man, 20 years to come up with
It's
that.
it's like such a small
Yeah.
thing. But it's like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah. Because then you really are more kind of crafting.
Your
Like
team.
Yeah, it's almost like deck building, right? You've got a selection of moves, and you're the one you can like pick and choose which ones.
I mean,
Instead
that
of
was
just like,
also the case before, but the problem before
yeah, but you
was
couldn't go back.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
You didn't really know. You'd get a move and being like, such and such wants to learn, I don't know, poison rumble or something, and you're like, what even is that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what it is, and
Yeah.
I do you risk like getting rid of a move just to find out that it's actually like not even
Yeah,
that good?
exactly.
Yeah.
And that was the one of the biggest problems. It's like,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, my Pokemon wants to learn Tail Whip.
Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
yeah,
And so you're like, okay, I'm gonna get rid of Slash, and it's like, oh, Tail Whip does nothing.
yeah,
It lowers the defense. Okay, but I got rid of Slash for
yeah.
that.
Exactly.
Can I have Slash back? No.
Nope, you made your choice.
So now you can do all of that.
Yeah.
It gives you all the move information on that screen, so you can see like accuracy, power, type. And all that
Right.
stuff.
Well, that's cool.
You can. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The story is terrible, and also the first like
That's,
hour or 2 of the game is just real hand
you
holding.
say the story is terrible, but I would say that every Pokemon game's
Yes,
story is terrible.
correct.
So it's right along lines.
Yes.
Well, I particularly thought that, like Sword and Shield story was probably the worst one.
Let me guess. Can I try and guess? Now I haven't played Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
This is my guess. You want to be the best Pokemon trainer.
Yeah.
You've got a friend
Yeah.
who's also a rival.
No.
Okay, wait. Let me.
Yes
wait.
and no.
Okay.
And that's what I had. That was my problem with it.
Okay, we'll come back to that. You gotta go and beat 8 gyms.
Yeah, I think there's more than 8, but yeah,
Really?
I think there is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, there's a team something
Yes.
that is doing something bad.
Yeah.
And it involves a Pokemon, and that means that they always show up
Well,
at key points in the story.
yep. The thing with Sword and Shield is that the team is a bunch of groupies
Okay.
because
Okay.
because I actually kind of like this part of the setup where like they're treating like this Pokemon thing almost like an Olympic event where you
Uh-huh.
have to you're the sort of first portion of the game is like going to these gyms
Yeah.
and beating the guys.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like a sports event where there's like multiple people doing it at the same time.
Yeah.
And everyone's wearing like team uniforms and
Gotcha.
stuff, so they're all kind of going around doing that. But the Team Rocket are like groupies for like one particular person or
Yeah.
something like that, and they just show up and get in your way and that sort of thing.
Mm.
And your rival is your best friend,
Mm-hmm.
and he's way too like positive.
Mm.
I feel like they tried to flip it where like I feel like I'm the asshole rival.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm the Gary.
So they've actually done that for a few games.
Have they?
Yeah. So the original Pokemon, and I think even in Gold and Silver, the rival was kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
And then like somewhere along the way, it's like no, all the rivals are like best friends, and they're just trying to like
Yeah.
help you get better,
like it.
and you help them get better, and they're like,
They're
man,
always
you,
constantly going on about, oh, we'll get better together. I'm
you
like, I
sure
don't-
love your Pokemon, don't you? No, I fight with them. But then your character's like, yes, I love my Pokemon.
yeah.
Yeah. I think you would enjoy Arceus.
Yeah.
It's,
All right.
It's flawed, but like it's also really fun.
The only real criticism I have heard is how bad the graphics are. And like I've seen gameplay and I'm like, it doesn't look that bad, but then you see this like distance popping in
Yeah,
that is just shocking. Like
Mm.
I saw a video of someone walking through a town and just people are just popping in front of them.
Yeah.
Like it's not good.
no, the
Especially because like the comparison to Zelda is so obvious.
Yep.
And Zelda did it so much better
Yep.
5 years ago.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's bad. That
Yeah.
part of it is bad. But when you're actually the close up stuff looks pretty good. Like they've got
Yeah.
nice ground textures.
Yeah.
The Pokemon themselves are cool.
Yeah.
They walk around and
Well,
make noises.
that's what I thought was
interact and
confusing
stuff.
because I would see screenshots of it and be like, these graphics look fine. They're not like, they're not out of this world, but like they're all right along the lines of every Pokemon kind of game I've seen.
Yeah,
But it's the actual playing of it in the open world and just seeing how like
as long as you're
the
only
view distance
focusing
is
on
so
like
short.
the middle distance.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Because Breath of the Wild is so much about those big vistas.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like there shouldn't be any vistas at all in this Pokemon game because they'll just be like blank,
Yep.
low poly, and then
It's not even that they're low poly. It's just you can see the repeated textures.
they just gross.
You can see like there's just it's not
Yeah.
very artful.
Yeah.
Um,
It's the up close that matters.
in this game it is.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
Yeah.
I think, I like I go around collecting items,
Yeah.
catching Pokemon,
So that also
doing
means
quests.
so you know how like in Zelda you look out on this thing, the vistas, and
Yeah.
you're like, there's an interesting thing over there, there's an interesting thing over there, and over there, and you're
Uh-huh.
like, I'll go to one of these. Is there anything like that in Pokemon, or are you just like wandering around a field looking no further than like the close distance?
Yeah. So they kind of try to do that.
Yeah.
It's not nearly as successful as it is in Zelda.
Mm.
And I think you can see Pokemon from a pretty decent distance.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of why the landscape looks so bad,
Right.
because they want to put the detail on the Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least that's what I'm hoping. That's the excuse I've also heard, but I don't think it's actually the case. I think it's just they don't know how to do.
Well, also, I'm
open
quite sure
world
I've seen
well.
a video where you could see Pokemon in the distance, but they have that like LOD animation where they
Oh yeah,
look
they are real clippy, like real
they look like
low
real
frame
bad
rate.
stop motion.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do get that. It's fun though.
Well, if it's fun, I'll probably get it then. I have been like on the fence about it,
It feels.
but I was so let down by Sword and Shield. I really didn't like it.
Yeah. So one of the things about most recent Pokemon games is that they're also very easy.
Yeah, yeah.
This is not easy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
So
you don't have to implement your own weird rules to make it fun.
No. You probably won't die a bunch.
Yeah.
But you will feel threatened a lot.
Well, that's good.
And that's important. So
Yeah.
I've only died once, and it's from fall damage.
Whoa.
But like when I've gotten into a bunch of hairy situations where it's like, oh, it's nighttime and there's a Murkrow. Wait, 2 Murkrows. Oh, wait, 5 Murkrows.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
and they're all running towards me. Also, the evolved form of Murkrow is after me. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds how you imagine. That's how almost like how the cartoon presented the world of Pokemon.
Yes.
Where it was a level of danger.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's and the danger is to you, not your Pokemon.
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's boss fights that are actually like interesting.
Yeah.
They're not like the best boss fights ever, but like it's about dodge rolling and like
Cool.
targeting and then
Huh.
like throwing your Pokemon in at specific times to do
Yeah.
Pokemon battles. And
Interesting. All right.
it's, it's really fun.
Is there a team?
Yeah.
Is there a Team Rocket?
So, a little bit of history. This game takes place in a place. It's called the Hisui region, which later becomes known as the Sinnoh region, which is where Pokemon Diamond and Pearl
Oh, okay.
took place.
Because it is. Yeah, I have seen screenshots. It looks like it's set quite far in the past.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, you were facing a Team Galactic.
Right.
However, in this, you are Team Galactic,
Oh, what?
and there are two rival sort of clans called the Diamond Clan and the Pearl Clan.
Oh my god.
And there's not like a lot of nefariousness going
Yeah.
on. So you they've kind of turned that on their head a little bit.
That-
They've turned a lot of things
okay.
on their head,
Yeah.
which I appreciate. It's
Yeah.
it's the first time they've really gone out of their way to shake up the formula.
Yep.
And it's so much to its benefit.
Do you think this will be Pokemon games going forward?
That's a good question. I
Or do
I
you
don't
think there'll
know.
be two branches, a bit like how
I
Mario
kind of-
has the more 2D?
Yeah, I
type.
suspect that's going to be the direction. My biggest worry actually is they won't take any lessons they've learned from this carrying
Yeah.
forward, and they'll just make the same game again. It'll be Pokemon Legends Mewtwo, and it'll just be okay, five regions
Yeah.
and all of the same problems. Bad story. Don't look too far into the distance.
Yeah.
That's my worry.
How big is the open world?
So
Compare it to Zelda.
one of my disappointments was that it's not truly an open world.
Right.
It's 5 big open world areas
Yeah.
that are segmented off.
I think that's still fine.
I
Like,
guess.
I
it
like
feels you notice it when you hit an invisible wall.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But the areas are big. They're not huge.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish you'd played Sword and Shield because that's the only comparison
Yeah.
is this like central.
So
like,
I would
open
say that
thing.
like that starting island in Zelda,
Yeah.
the plateau, that's probably about the same size as each region.
Okay.
So five of those plateaus. It's
Yeah.
not big as Breath of the Wild. I don't
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I mean,
Not-
Breath of
not
the Wild
anywhere
is
close.
ridiculous. Yeah.
But they've put lots of collectibles throughout the world.
Hmm.
They've got like some quests that also introduce new collectibles into the world as you go. And also the Pokemon themselves are collectibles.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is actually I don't actually I actually don't know this, but is there two games? Like
No.
Sword and Shield? Is there just the
just
one?
the one.
So you can collect all the
You can collect
Pokemon.
all the Pokemon.
That's
Again, breaking the formula.
wow, unbelievable.
Thank
They've been
Thank
selling
God.
the same game twice for
Yeah.
every generation for so long.
sometimes 3 times. Why do twice when you can do a third one that doesn't have any of the same Pokemon?
Yeah.
where you still need the other 2 to actually get them all.
God.
So dumb.
That must have they must have had that originally as a like just a technical limitation, right?
No.
No?
No, because you can trade for them. Why would that be a technical
Oh yeah,
limitation?
you're right. You can.
It's not like you can't ever get those Pokemon.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just so they can make more money.
That was-
It's
God
so
damn.
it was to incentivize you getting your friends to get the game or your
Yeah.
siblings, and then also they can sell
I
those
mean,
like
it did-
connector cords.
Yeah, it did add that level of like, oh, you've got red, oh, I've got blue, like, and they'd trade the Pokemon. Like
There
it
were
was.
4 Pokemon that could only evolve through trade.
Oh yeah. What were they?
Graveler into Golem, Kazam into Kadabra into Alakazam, Haunter into Gengar, and Machoke into Machamp. Man, why do I know all of this?
No, I mean you know the Poker Rap,
That's true.
which we'll play
No.
right now.
Nope,
Play that recording of you doing.
please don't. So yeah, that's what I've been playing.
All right, cool. I might get it then. I'll get it. How much is it? 100
It's a
probably.
full price game. Yeah, like $90 or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good games coming out that are like on the horizon now.
Zero Dawn.
Yes.
No, it's Forbidden
I mean,
West.
there is that, yeah. But I mean, there's that, but like Elden Ring is in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Next week, I just found out that Total War Warhammer 3 is coming out. So it's like, a couple of weeks of one game after the other.
Are you gonna get Elden Ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get it.
Do you think it's gonna be good?
I think I'll enjoy it.
It's interesting. These are two games that have not really done. They've kind of done the same thing for the last
Yeah,
several games,
yeah.
and then they're going open world.
Actually, yeah, good point. Holy hell. There is like...
Now for Pokemon, it was I mean, it's been a long time coming,
Yeah.
and it's worked quite well.
Mm.
What do you think about the Dark Souls formula, and how do you think it's going to apply in this open world?
Well, the thing that I'm like, I don't know, man. The thing I'm interested in is, well, first of all, like the actual gameplay of Dark Souls is great. Like the whole like we were saying before, like you get better as a player. Like that whole thing is awesome. But like their level design is what I'm kind of like interested in to see how they've like turned, like how they've interpreted, I guess, the open world.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dark Souls 1, like you could kind of see that as almost an open world because it was basically just one giant level that was all interconnected to itself.
Uh-huh.
And like they sort of strayed away from that in like more recent games.
But it wasn't really an open world.
I mean, not open world, but it was like
I mean,
everything, like all the areas were all connected together.
sure.
Like
but
it was
that's
this,
true of like Metroid.
yeah. I mean, yes, yeah. Like it is that kind of thing where you can you go back and you unlock
Shortcuts and stuff.
shortcuts
Yeah,
and
yeah,
things
yeah.
like that. Like that's but like
It's not an open world.
okay, sure, sure, but like an interconnected world.
Okay, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
And then like I don't know, I'm just looking forward to it. Like I just want to know.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna throw a hot take at you.
Yeah.
Dark Souls games have never been enjoyable to move around through the world.
What you say?
Have you seen these jump pads, man? These horse jump pads.
What?
Blake, do you know what I'm talking about?
Horse jump pad.
Yeah, so you got a horse
Uh-huh.
to get around this open world,
Uh-huh.
and your horse has a double jump.
Okay.
You can actually kill enemies from the horse, which is
Sure.
pretty standard.
Yeah.
But there are also these jump pads, so these things that would just launch you into the air
Uh-huh.
and up cliffs.
I feel like that's gonna kill your horse.
No,
Are we talking about Quake 3 Arena?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Elden Ring
No, but
just
Elden
Quake
Ring.
3 Arena with a sword?
It looks like that's how they're dealing with getting around the map.
Okay.
I don't know what else they're
But
implementing.
I've never had a problem getting around in a Dark Souls game.
I'm not saying getting around.
Like,
I'm
getting
saying,
from,
is
like,
it...
I enjoyed that in Dark Souls 1 of like, okay, I'm here in this location and I want to get to this location. And in your mind, because of all the interconnection of the level, you kind of like map out where you're going to go.
Sure.
Like there's no...
But now take... You're thinking about, okay, I'm going to move through this tunnel, and then I'm going to go down this path.
Yeah,
and
and
then
that kind of thing, there was a point where you unlock teleporting to bonfires.
Uh-huh.
But even then, in Dark Souls 1, you could only teleport to specific bonfires, and
Sure.
you still had to navigate your way around.
Okay.
In future games, you were just able to teleport to any bonfire, and I feel like it took something away. It just made the whole world feel less connected.
Now, let me put this out there. The thing you enjoyed was sort of the Byzantine maze-like structure of like tunnels and conduits and ruins.
Yeah.
What you didn't enjoy was running through an open field.
I don't know. I don't know though. I enjoyed
Now-
that in Zelda. Maybe.
But here's we're getting to my point here,
Yeah.
which is that in Zelda, it's all about the movement.
Yeah.
It's about being able to climb up cliffs. It's about
Right.
being able to mount a horse and
Yeah.
jump over things and glide down, and like it's all
Mm.
so much of the focus of that game
Yeah.
is on mobility and making that mobility itself enjoyable, making it pleasurable to go to the tops of mountains.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, in Dark Souls, if you're wearing a lot of armor, you go slow as hell.
Right.
That's not going to be fun. So you kind of are then sort of pushed into like a specific kind of character just to get through the world. And then it's like, but even then, you're just kind of like running around.
You got a horse, man.
Or I guess you're on a horse and there's jump pads. Maybe that's great. I don't know.
I think that's the thing you don't know.
This is right.
And the thing is, I don't fully know either because I've like deliberately not really watched much of this game because I know I'm gonna get it, so I don't want anything spoiled. Because they had they had like a what was it, closed beta or something
Yeah,
like a
they had
month
like
ago.
the first chunk of games.
Yeah,
was
and like
there
heaps of
or
people were
something.
streaming it,
Yeah.
and like I watched like a few seconds of something, and I was like, that looks like Dark Souls. So I'm like, I'm sold. Like I don't need to watch. I don't need to watch anything. I'm gonna get it. It's like sad with the GTA game. Like,
Dude, these GTA games are fucking monumental, man. Speaking of that,
Uh-huh.
the Rockstar made a announcement.
Oh, I heard
Yeah,
wait, what?
it was actually quite a. They
That's
just
right.
announced it
they're
exactly
making
what
table
everyone
tennis
knew.
too. Woo!
They were talking about how, well, there's an enhanced version of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh yeah.
And of course, they read the room and were like, guys, our fans are going to kill us if we don't say anything about the next installment. And so they obviously said, yeah, we're working on the next Grand Theft Auto.
Oh my god.
To no one's surprise, I think.
Yeah, but for some reason, a lot of people really like that.
But like,
People do like things to be confirmed.
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna
And yeah,
I'm gonna-
I'm a big fan of what they did.
Yeah.
throw it out there right now. Nintendo's working on the next Mario game.
No.
Yeah,
They
believe
haven't
it?
confirmed it, bro.
Dude,
Oh,
You
yeah,
don't
they
know
haven't
that.
confirmed it. You don't know.
I'm
that.
leaking it here.
Bro, you don't know that.
I don't even know anybody at Nintendo. They're making another Mario.
Oh man, you're gonna get a cease and desist from Nintendo.
Squaresoft working on another Final Fantasy. Square Enix, I guess. They haven't
Yeah,
been
yeah.
Squaresoft in about
Man,
25 years.
These Grand Theft Auto games, though, this next one should be pretty legit.
Is so none of that none of those rumors from what, a year or maybe two ago
Who
were
knows?
true?
Who knows? It could be.
Do you remember those rumors that it was like going to be set in like
South
South
America, yeah.
and it was going to be in the 80s or something?
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I'd love it to be set in the 80s.
They haven't
so cool.
not. They haven't not.
They haven't
you know?
not said that. Oh
Yeah.
my god, it's like Schrodinger's cat.
You know, they already did an 80s one.
Yeah, I know. It was great.
Well, I would much rather see like a 30s one, maybe. Or...
Mafia. Isn't that a
Yeah, why not?
maybe like a different studio?
But like,
you know that's still
good.
Take Two, right?
Huh?
Like the same publisher.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
funny.
Yeah, there you go.
They
Mafia.
wouldn't do that.
I've got a copy of Mafia right there, unopened. It came with my PlayStation.
No,
and
no,
I got an
no,
idea.
thank you.
What about one that's like set in the future? It's like, let's say 2076? 378?
Nah, still buggy.
Yeah,
Still-
I feel like there'd be too many bugs. Yeah.
There was a an event that happened. PlayStation's, what the hell they call it? State of Play.
Uh-huh.
You guys care about PlayStation and their announcements?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
But go on.
Well, the thing that got me was I think in the last episode I talked about me getting Game Pass. I was
Uh-huh.
getting into driving games again. I was playing Forza 5. Kind of looks really horrible, actually.
really?
Yeah, considering like what Forza was doing back in the day, like they were
Yeah.
trying to compete with Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have a look at 5, it's
Wow.
cartoony as hell, and actually, yeah, it looks kind of amateur. Because they were I think they were like a first party Microsoft studio.
Hmm.
Making their flagship racing simulator. Oh, it was, I think, arcadey going towards simulator, but now it's like full blown like arcade.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's whatever that is. But I happen to catch like Gran Turismo 7 and what that game is going to be.
Uh-huh.
Looks fucking epic.
Wow.
It's yeah, it's just like it's actually like a 20th anniversary type thing of Gran Turismo as well.
Holy
So they're
hell.
embracing all this other stuff.
Wow.
But yeah, they had this 30-minute gameplay, pretty much just going over all the features of Gran Turismo, and it looks incredible. The cars look nuts. Like they always did a thing where when you were racing in that game, it kind of didn't look as good as a replay would. And so when you look at the replays on it, like the replays are just like, I don't know, 20% better, like in terms of like rendering and the way they capture that. But yeah, it's got like ray tracing, they've got like photo modes and stuff. Like everything you'd expect from a Gran Turismo, but everything's just like looks incredible. It actually looks like a legitimate successor, which I'm excited for. And it's the first game that I've like seen on PlayStation 5 that's actually tempted me to
Oh,
pick up one of those
wow. Yeah.
consoles. Yeah, because it looks so good.
Whoa.
Um,
Yeah, but Mario Kart.
really awesome concept cars. Like I don't know if you guys, oh, you guys don't care about cars, but like what Gran Turismo ended up, what they ended up doing
Yeah.
was they along with the cars that they would license and put in their games, they would actually reach out to the companies and have them submit concept cars
Mm.
from just wherever they were designing them.
Yeah. Any of them hover cars?
No, they were
Oh.
just regular cars.
Yeah.
But
They
they
don't
were,
look. They
They
don't
could be
look like
so much
a.
more creative.
None of them look like a Razer mouse or anything.
no. They were still grounded in like reality.
You never noticed that? I remember seeing like concept cars, and I was like, these all just look like aerodynamic, like Razer mouses.
Oh, like the ones with like the hollow triangles.
Like
and stuff?
everything is just like super aerodynamic and like
Yeah,
over
yeah.
the top, and you're like, it just looks like a computer mouse.
Yeah, you gotta get the mouse that's like
Yeah,
so you don't want air resistance when you're trying to shoot.
exactly.
They ended up just putting in like a whole bunch of car manufacturers concept cars, and you could actually just drive around.
Man,
with
that's really cool.
them.
Because don't most of those concept cars never even get made?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I don't know why they do it because it looks expensive.
Yeah.
Anyway, they would do that, and you could actually like race around actual tracks with these concept cars.
Cool.
You know, they actually had like engines and things designed
Yeah.
to spec as
Wow.
well.
They just like fall apart. And
But it was, yeah, it's kind of cool. They embrace like all this car history stuff. So like Porsche was like this huge name that came into Gran Turismo recently.
Mm.
And like when you go to a Porsche dealership, you can actually look at their history and how like
Huh.
Porsche became what they are now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it just looks really cool. Anyway,
I
that
remember-
really
Sounds-
caught my attention.
Yeah.
The last Gran Turismo I played was I think 2.
Mm.
PS1.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Mine was 2 as well.
It may have been one of the ones on PS2,
Yeah.
but I remember there was a Yaris race where all the cars were Toyota Yaris's,
Mm-hmm.
and that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked that
this
one.
video clip, this 30-minute clip that goes over like the deep dive or whatever, it starts off with this Toyota Aqua,
Nice.
the car that Nick and I both have.
We both
Oh, wow.
we're Aqua owners. Did you get? Well, we'll talk about it later.
But when I saw it, I was like, "Oh my goodness, that looks so clean." Yeah, and it man, it looks incredible because they do the thing where yeah, like ray tracing is in there, and you can just make really nice photos of cars. Like you can also do things that you can't do in real life, obviously, like crazy motion blur and
Mm.
edit your photos like however.
So because like it's such a simulator, would you be thinking of getting like a racing wheel?
My brothers do.
Yeah.
They've got like a those seat setups.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I know that they'll probably have it, but
Yeah.
I don't know when I'll see them next. But it's pretty exciting because yeah, on the one side I had Forza, and I was like
Yeah.
really
Mm.
kind of happy just to drive around and spin around in like really fast supercars. And then I see Gran Turismo, and it looks incredible.
Mm.
Offering more of what I kind of grew up on.
Mm. When is it coming out?
I don't know, like later this year.
Mm.
Like I want to say 3 or 4 months,
Mm.
maybe even sooner. I don't know. It looks good.
Yeah, that sounds great. You've got me interested, and I'm not even like
Yeah,
into cars that much.
yeah. Like I don't know why I kind of got back into car racing games. I was
Mm.
just, I guess I was looking for something after playing some, what is it, Halo?
Yeah,
I
I think
just wanted-
last time you talked about playing Halo.
Yeah.
The classic racer.
Like I just wanted to get, I don't know, good at racing games.
You're
again.
just on that
The
warthog,
Warthog?
being like,
Mhm.
man.
Mhm.
No, it's just like I hadn't played a racing game in so long.
Yeah, I haven't played a racing game since I think Gran Turismo 2. Like,
Jeez.
yeah,
Yeah, the only racing I've done is in Grand Theft Auto.
yeah.
In their silly circuits.
Yeah.
I want another Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah,
That's
okay.
what I want.
I mean, yeah.
Not another Mario Kart.
I mean, I like Mario Kart, but Diddy Kong Racing had like the planes. It had
Doesn't
the,
Mario Kart have that as
it had
well?
the hovercrafts, like the
Oh,
boat
okay.
things, like the you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And the rubber banding was like
Yeah,
really prevalent,
yeah,
right?
In Diddy Kong Racing, I don't know.
In all Nintendo
Yeah.
races, right?
it is. It absolutely is.
Not an F-Zero. I don't think. Maybe an F-Zero. I would love another F-Zero. That'd be good too.
Mm.
I like games that are not realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I've played those racing games, but I'm thinking
I'm
thinking real life
the
racing.
simulators. Yeah.
But like, I think Gran Turismo is like the only one. Well, I guess there's like Project Cars as well. But
Yeah. But I mean, there was, Forza and stuff, even though if it was kind of going more towards like that Fast and Furious kind of vibe.
yeah,
where
it
it's
feels like it is going that way.
yeah. Like I think that was what made it different to Gran Turismo, I think, in the first place, that it had that more over the top extreme
Yeah.
kind of feel.
Yeah, it's casual, right?
Yeah,
In a more approachable like racing game.
Yeah, it was all about NOS.
Is that the one where you get kudos?
I have no idea.
You do a sick drift and it's
Isn't
like
that Project
kudos.
Gotham?
Huh?
Project Gotham that gave you kudos?
I don't remember. Maybe.
Man. Dude, the another thing with like Gran Turismo, they actually do like aerodynamic like wind simulation off of your car, so they actually can like simulate the air turbulence around your car. It's freaking
That's why the
crazy.
mouse pad design. Oh, that's why
The mouse
the
pad.
mou-
They're
I mean, the
really
mouse pad
flat.
design.
Those pancake concept cars.
They're all aerodynamic.
Yeah, they're super
The mice?
aerodynamic. Frisbee design. That's why the mouse design is so perfect, because it's just a smooth like mouse.
I would love to see a concept car that's not good.
Yeah, there's
Like
plenty of those.
You mean you're talking about The Simpsons, right? Homer's car that he designed.
No, so like one of the things like Formula One cars have to deal with is like not lifting off the track.
Mm.
I would love a concept car that can't handle the speed it gets up to.
I think
Actually, that would be cool.
It flips all over all the time.
that would. Could you imagine being like a car designer, engineer, and someone tell you to make a shitty car?
Yeah.
That would be a fun, like, what an interesting test of your expertise. Like all the mistakes you had to avoid your whole career, make them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you'd just be like, it's all on the driver.
But anyone could do that, right? Anyone can make a dumb car.
I bet someone who has like a real good knowledge of what not to do can probably make the worst dumb car. Like they could really probably find some real creative ways to make it bad.
I think you're right, but they wouldn't enjoy it.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Let me ask you. You guys are both like 3D artists.
Mm.
If someone said make the worst sculpt, like
I
make
mean,
something
that means
that breaks all the rules.
It's
that means like nothing.
yeah, it's very subjective
Yeah.
too.
Like the
That's
worst
true.
sculpt is like
From a technical standpoint.
it's just make something bad.
Also, you can find that anywhere.
Go to like a first month student work and you'll have it.
Yeah. All right. Fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't
Yeah.
want to see like bad cars, do you?
I think what you're talking about is like a car that just has like 5 jet engines and like still technically can drive, but like it would kill the person inside it and it would like flip
Dude,
into the air.
Man, that stuff is so fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Did you ever get into like there are these land speed record cars,
Uh-huh.
and there was this one documentary talking about how the tires of this car, sorry, the actual rim,
Yeah.
and the tires, but they spin at such force that if it was made of anything else, it would break apart. As it was like
That's
so that
incredible.
yeah, so they actually have to forge it out of this one like solid piece of metal.
Oh my god.
And it has to be a certain amount of density, and yeah, it is
Yeah.
fascinating because it like pushes on like just
The
engineering.
physical limits of
Yeah.
materials and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and cars are all about that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like if you're really into it, you definitely don't want to make a piece of crap. You want to push at every area that you can.
Yeah, but now imagine if you had a concept car in GTA 7 that went so fast that the tires flew apart.
And it was up to you as the
That'd be cool.
driver to not there's like a speedometer, and then at a certain point, there's a part that is like the danger zone where your tires will fall off, and you have to ride that as
The little
close as
stick on the
possible.
speedometer snaps off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to check it out, man. It just looks really good. I remember like
I'm interested to see what it looks like. It sounds like exactly the kind of game I don't want to play.
yeah, it shit is right up my alley though.
Yeah.
It does sound cool.
and it
I'm
looks-
kind of interested.
I'm telling you guys, it looks incredible.
I
I've got to check out this Pokemon game for like what not to make a game look like in
there you go.
2020.
There's the answer to the sculpt question, right?
Yeah, it's a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, yeah, that Pokemon game.
It's also like it was just refreshing for me to see a game to look like and pursue like all the kind of bells and whistles that games used to pursue back in the day, because I actually haven't seen a game do that in a long time.
Well, what's weird, right, is like PlayStation 5, right? Normally they come out with a game that is like as top graphics that they can like have like at release, but they haven't.
Yeah, I
haven't
think
had
the
that
Dark
this time.
Souls remaster was kind of up there.
Yeah, I mean that was definitely up there. But like normally normally there almost always is a racing game that just shows off all the, reflections and all how photorealistic. Yeah, something that looks photorealistic.
Yeah.
I don't think there was one this year.
No,
like
dude.
this generation.
And that's why I was so blown away when I saw this, because it was like, oh, I hadn't heard of Gran Turismo in years.
Yeah.
And then it comes back and it looks stunning. And then I'm also playing the game, like it's competitive game.
Yeah.
And it looks like garbage in comparison.
The last time I saw Gran Turismo was like way back in maybe 2014, 13 or 14, when we went to that expo ages ago. They had this like mini sort of E3 thing in New Zealand, and they had a Gran Turismo there in one of those full cockpit booths.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at it, and I was like, I thought it just didn't look very good.
Okay.
It looked like an those arcade simulator.
What's
looked
funny,
like that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Like Gran Turismo games to me always had this air of sterile.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it was,
that was it,
and
yeah.
it was everything that you saw in like bad examples of 3D, where
Yes.
everything was just super clean.
Yep.
And again, when I saw 7, I was like, holy shit, this looks incredible because of all the modern rendering things that modern hardwares now offer. And they did it really well. So I actually wrote off Gran Turismo as like a good game developing studio.
Yeah.
Like those guys at Polyphony or whatever. I actually wrote them off because I didn't like what they delivered. Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't like what they delivered because of the sterileness.
Yep.
Because you had games like like Rockstar's games or Naughty Dog's games where they were gritty and realistically gritty, and then on the flip side you had a sterile 3D. It just didn't look real in that sense.
Yeah, exactly. I remember thinking that kind of thing as well, and I got the sense that they're just going down the like hardcore simulation route where we're concerned about all the stuff that's under the hood of the car and like making that as realistic as possible and not really worrying about the track that you're running down and making that look interesting.
Yeah, we don't care. We'll just put this tiling asphalt.
We'll just put a tiling. Yeah, I remember seeing like a tiling wall and just being like, "This is like a modern GTA." Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Blake, what have you been playing?
shit, dude. It's so cool, man. I wish you guys were into cars.
Yeah.
I guess I kind of wished I was into cars too, because you're really excited for it.
Oh,
And
so cool.
I'm interested in it.
man.
I think like it being like this anniversary edition and having all this history stuff, like I'm actually quite interested in that sort of thing. Like,
Did you ever get into Formula One, Nick?
No,
Never.
no.
Oh man, there's
The
like a
thing-
great Netflix series on it.
It's just I find it.
You don't
so,
like the competition?
It's just so dull to watch.
You
you're
think
more of a NASCAR kind
Oh
of guy.
God, no. Man, no. One of my worst gaming memories is in the Grand Theft Auto in the Gran Turismo that we had. You get up to a level where you have to do like 20 laps.
Hmm.
20 laps.
Yeah, I remember doing that. That was to like, was that to
Dude.
get a
I
license?
think so. It was,
Yeah.
it was just like it was a gatekeeping.
Yeah, you got to
thing,
put
and I
in.
was
You got to
just-
put in your time, man, to get those
Dude.
licenses.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that, and I never did.
So-
I
it's
tried it
so-
a couple times, and I was like, "This is so boring."
Man, that shit's so good.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad that you love it, but man, I could
But
not
also,
get
it's
into
like
it.
really hard with a controller too.
Yeah.
Because especially with like a D-pad back in the day,
Mm. Yeah, I was
like the
playing it.
joystick just doesn't give you enough like sensitivity. you know?
Yeah, I was playing it before the the joysticks on
the
Yeah.
DualShock.
the DualShock came out, so it really was just the D-pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was still loving it.
Ugh.
And then I never played a GT game ever again.
It's like, why would I want to buy a game that is sitting in traffic?
It's not sitting in traffic. It's
Okay.
like speeding around a track.
Why would I want? That's like, okay, what if you bought a game and it's like, hey, it's third period PE. We're gonna run around the oval for 45
So-
minutes.
And there was also another thing that, like all these sorry, they were like it just reminded me of this other thing, like Gran Turismo, synonymous with like racing, right?
Yeah,
And they're really involved in like the industry too. So what they'll do is they'll have these competitions, and because no one's really locked off. Well, the requirements are the console and an internet connection
yeah.
and the game. But what they did is they had these competitions that were just global competitions, and what they had was like the best people on the planet were then flown out to actually race real cars on real tracks.
Oh, whoa!
And so they're actually trying to find like modern Formula One drivers through doing this, which was kind of nuts.
It's cool.
wow.
Sure.
Yeah,
How,
Um,
was it successful,
and,
or are
like,
they
it's
in the
st-
middle of doing it?
It's still ongoing.
Wow.
Like they're still doing it. They're
Do they
not-
have to replace a Formula One? Like,
Yeah, all
do
the
they have
cars-
to install a
All the cars have
control
dual
pad?
shocks.
like there is actually like Formula One drivers are actually athletes. so
Yeah,
so like they actually have to be strong in certain areas. You
Yeah.
can't just like G forces are a thing
Yeah,
that
yeah, for
actually have
sure, yeah.
implications on
Yeah.
your body.
Look, I appreciate it as a sport.
Yeah.
And I appreciate like the ingenuity that goes into the creation of the car,
Mm.
and like, engineering and like the teamwork involved in like the pit stops and all sorts. Like I appreciate all of that.
Mm.
But just like I don't want to watch like the marathon at the Olympics,
Mm.
which is also an incredible feat of athleticism.
Mm.
I don't want to watch people racing
Yeah.
around a lap.
it's fine. I'm not a
Racing
fan
laps.
of watching people racing, but like, if
Do you want to run a marathon?
Oh, no, I don't
Okay.
wanna do that. No.
Man.
Why?
Maybe in a video game. Maybe from the comfort of my own couch.
Would you play a game that was like do the 1500 meters?
If it was QWOP, then maybe.
You know what? If Gran Turismo had a QWOP mode where it's like
I don't know how that would work.
it would be like you have to press the shoulder buttons alternatingly to make the
Yeah.
acceleration go.
Yeah.
Mm.
And maybe tapping one button turns you left and tapping the other button turns you right, but only in small increments.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
Here's your question. Are they going to have VR support?
I think they had VR support in the last one, so
Oh my god.
so most
Yeah,
likely.
that'll be good.
They also announced their new headset for PS5 as well.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Forget they've got their own headset.
yeah. They're actually doing really cool stuff too. Did you guys ever hear about foveated rendering?
no.
Foveated rendering was like when you actually look at a particular thing, the resolution is only like defined within this very small area. You're actually your brain is filling in
Mm.
the rest of the detail,
Uh-huh.
and so when humans look at things, you kind of you do a scan rather than actually it's a full resolution picture,
Uh-huh.
right? So foveated rendering is where you look at a thing, that area will be rendered correctly,
Mm.
and the other things will be extrapolated.
Oh,
So
yeah.
again, you could actually probably save a lot of rendering budget.
And, so would that require eye tracking?
Yes,
Interesting.
yeah,
That is
it
quite
would have
interesting.
it would have to.
The only I really like that in concept, and maybe the execution's really impressive. I worry that you can't predict eye movements, and there's going to be a lag
It's quick, man. Yeah.
between like when your eye moves.
How
and
how
it,
quick do you think it is? Because you have monitors at like 144 hertz now, and I've heard of
That's strictly refresh rate. That's not reprocessing a frame, for example. Like, so there's steps before that,
Yep.
and your eye is already at the location where you're looking before it's able to render.
Yeah, my question is how quick do you think
That's,
an
that's a
eye?
good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm very. Hey, this is actually sounds really interesting to me. Like,
Mm.
I'm very curious about it. I wonder how
But
that
also
actually
the
plays out.
the idea of just like rendering 20% of a frame rather than
Yeah.
know
No,
100%
it's
of the
a
frame.
really clever idea.
Yeah. So it was talked about, and this new headset should have that technology
Yeah,
in
that's
it.
really cool.
I wonder.
Headsets are I'm so excited for
VR.
VR coming. Like
I'm scared about
just
it, man.
just the technology getting better and better. Like the Quest is cool and stuff, but like you do definitely have this feel like you're looking through a small kind of window.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there is the black void of the headset around you.
Yeah.
But there's other headsets way more expensive that have the more full field of view.
Yeah.
Like when that basically becomes affordable for a regular person, it's going to be pretty crazy.
I personally want to see what the technology is that would make my eyes actually adapt to different like levels of depth in a headset. I don't know what that would be. I think they'd have to get like clever lenses or something.
I played a little bit of what's that one, Star Wars Squadron recently in the headset. And that had a thing where maybe I only noticed it in that game that like you have your like like starfighter controls up front in the cockpit, and then when I look out of the window, like I obviously could see those, like it's just my eyes doing it, but like those things went out of like focus
Shit.
to me, and like it looked normal, and that's what surprised me
Yeah. Okay.
because I don't remember.
But there's no technology like actually
no, there's
enabling
nothing
that.
fancy happening in there. Like it just looked like it had gone out of focus. Like yeah, look, when you're looking past an object, it's clearly out of focus, and it just was like that. And when I looked down at the control,
Oh,
it was,
you know what probably is happening? It's that thing in a video game where your crosshair is the actual area of focus, and then when you look down at your steering wheel, do you see what I'm saying?
yeah, I know what you're
Like,
saying.
I think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
that.
It knows what the center of your view
Yeah,
is.
maybe that's it. But like
change
other
focus
games,
based
like No Man's Sky, I don't think does that. Like I've never really
on-
noticed.
Whoa! No Man's Sky doesn't do something perfectly.
Yeah, like I know, shocker, eh? But I've that's the first game I've actually noticed that kind of thing in, and it stood out to me because I was like, oh, this is working how I would imagine it works
That's
in real
cool.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like not everything is perfectly rendered all in one, all in the full viewport. Like it's got a blurriness when you're not looking directly at it.
The thing I want out of VR is just lighter form factor.
They're pretty light.
They are light.
I want something that is
Imagine like a cell phone on your head.
I've worn them before. I want something I don't notice, basically.
Right.
Like,
I mean, you do still notice
Glasses.
it,
there's
for sure.
fatigue. You know when you've got like nice headphones, but they're heavy, and you wear them for a couple hours, and when you take them off, it's like your ears hurt.
I've worn it for like a couple of hours, and when I take it off and I look in the mirror, man, you can tell that you've been wearing it. Yeah, it's got that snorkel look of this like red all around the forehead and stuff.
Sweaty inside.
Oof.
Oh, I mean, I got to turn my aircon on, and it's fine. Like, just turn the
The
aircon
inbuilt
on. It's
aircon,
comfortable.
blow it directly into your eyeball.
Well, the cool thing is, I'll do it in the middle of this this living room here, and my aircon is like blowing onto me, and that Blade and Sorcery game I'm playing, it just feels like I'm out and the wind is hitting me. It's like great. It's
wow. I feel like there's like actually a bird pecking me, and you take it off, and there's a bird pecking.
Yeah, there's a bird in there. Yeah.
Can I just leave this with like a prediction?
Yep.
The next Grand Theft Auto, we'll probably end up talking about it like when it comes out.
Oh,
so
for
this
sure.
is like the first of many.
No.
The first of many.
No way.
But mark my words, it's going to be the most graphically impressive thing you've seen like on the planet and for a video game.
What if?
Man,
What
timestamp
if-
it.
Elder Scrolls looks better.
I want to put money on this. Can we put money on this?
Dude, my expectations for Elder Scrolls are just all over the place.
Let's put a dinner on it.
Look, I'm actually I don't know. Like, if it was Bethesda, 15
No, it's
years
really
ago,
just backing the company that you want.
Well, that's the thing. Bethesda 15 years ago, I would say has a good shot of being like groundbreaking technologically. Remember Oblivion?
No.
When Oblivion,
No, I never
No,
played these games.
I know what you're talking about, and I agree
those
with
first
it.
screenshots, it was
Yeah.
like, oh my god!
I know, like, look at the grass.
Yeah,
It's like it's real grass, not just a flat
stone
texture.
Oh,
Yeah.
Um,
It blew my mind. I remember seeing screenshots of, you would have seen it as well. There's a church and a graveyard
Yep.
and tall grass.
Yep.
And I was like, holy hell, look at that tall. It's got grass.
Yeah.
All right.
Because the game before that, Morrowind, it was like
flat texture,
flat textures everywhere, like
Like-
maybe some tufts of
but
grass
even,
here and there.
Even
But
Morrowind, it was like, oh my god, that water,
yeah,
that sky.
yeah.
There was a so you can almost gauge what a company's doing. This is why everyone knows that Grand Theft Auto was hiring for GTA 6. They were putting job ads out for effects artists for Grand Theft Auto 6, but they wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
And they, in the description, were saying, we want to be able to drop objects into things like a ball into dirt or mud and
Huh.
actually have dirt and mud on. Like, they actually want that kind of realism.
Oh wow.
No, like,
Wait, does
I haven't seen a game that advertises anything like that. And this is like obviously going to be a secondary attention to detail type
Sure.
thing.
would that
for-
mean something like you throw a ball into some mud and it sinks slightly into the mud,
Maybe? But also,
and then you pull
in-
it out and there's mud.
Have
Yeah.
you seen Red Dead? How like when you throw a body on the ground, they'll actually like imprint into the mud.
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
It's
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
pretty impressive,
pretty
and
cool.
that's textures.
yeah,
You know, it's
yeah.
it's knowing all surrounding objects.
Hmm.
Everything's dynamic, and so like even like the current landscape, you don't see that kind of stuff.
Mm.
So they now have a generational leap,
Yep.
and they're
Mm.
scaling up for it and retooling for it. It's well into development. I'm pretty excited.
I'm sure it's gonna look amazing.
Blake
Yeah.
knows how I was when that GTA 5 trailer dropped.
Unbelievable. You were. I think you tried to get everyone in the office to watch it twice.
I had it on
At
repeat,
least.
and I was just like,
Yeah,
look
you-
at this shit,
You were just like, "Have you seen this? Have you seen this?"
dude.
I
I'll look
remember
over
when the
and
Red
see
Dead
you.
trailer came out, and you're like, Nick,
Yeah.
have you seen this?
I would get up at 4 a.m. because that was the time that they would drop New Zealand time,
Oh my god.
and I would just like hang off the side of my bed, turn on my cell phone, and watch these
Hang on.
trailers.
But what if they do another Pokemon Legends? Oh,
And
the
actually-
jaw distance is even
that's
closer.
that's gonna look so average.
Yeah, maybe it'll look average this time. Maybe they'll step
Fingers
it up and it'll look average.
But do you think with the Pokemon thing, it's like I'm assuming it's a Switch game?
It's not a hardware thing.
No,
You don't
because
think
like
so?
Zelda
No.
looked so much better.
Yeah.
But I think like Zelda's like what the peak, right? It's what you
No,
can.
Zelda was a last gen game. That Zelda came
Was
out
it?
on the Wii U.
Yeah.
It was a launch title.
So what's the hardware of the
Breath of the
Switch
Wild 2
compared
is gonna
to?
look amazing.
Yeah, what is that like? What is the most graphically intensive game for a Switch?
It's gotta be
you know,
Doom, right?
I don't. Doom
Yeah, I
was-
was thinking it was
potentially there's
Doom.
a Doom. There's like Xenoblade has like quite impressive landscapes. I don't know. Breath of the Wild 2 is probably going to be one of them, if not the.
Yeah, it'll have to be.
So
Which
Um,
is this year as well, eh?
that's what they say.
This
We'll
year's
see.
got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, what else is coming out this year?
Horizon Zero Dawn 2, but that's on a PlayStation 5, right?
No, it's on PS4 as well.
Oh, is it?
I think so. I saw a PS4 logo.
Okay.
Did you ever play Hollow Knight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
What'd you think?
I haven't played it for the last week.
Yeah.
But I like it. This is that thing of like the more time you spend in a game, the more familiarity you work up with it.
Yeah.
And
It's also a game that takes time to really grow on you. I think that game in particular.
you know what was rough about that game was I was playing it on my Surface Go tablet.
Uh-huh.
Surface Go tablets are like the most lightweight, gutless pieces of freaking hardware.
Uh-huh.
Like it's only good for web browsing.
Yeah.
And even then, like, it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Anyway, I load Hollow Knight and I think, all right, it's a light game. Like I should be able to run it automatic settings
Uh-huh.
and then play it. Dude, I encountered the first boss and
no.
was like dying so many times.
Oh
I was
my
like, I
God.
swear to God, like I'm doing everything right.
Yeah.
And my freaking controller's got drift as well. Anyway,
Oh my god.
like I
So
hate to
the
I hate to
ideal
blame
play
I,
setup
wait,
then.
I hate to blame my tools, but the
But you fucking
but the freaking two tools that I was using. And anyway, I managed to go into the video settings and like change it right back down to like, I don't know, like some 720
Yeah.
yeah,
resolution.
potato settings.
Yeah, and then like I try to sort out my controller, and dude, it just like everything's nice now.
Wow.
And yeah, like I flew through like the first couple bosses.
Yeah.
I got a new ability. It's cool, and like whenever I've got downtime, I'll load that up.
Yep. It's that game is shockingly large, you'll discover. And it's just what a joy to discover all the interesting things about it.
The reason it caught my attention was at NZGDC there was a guy who was raving about it, and I wasn't doing anything else, so I was just like listening to some guy talk my ear off about Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
Then we come back and record that podcast, and you were talking about it, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll
really
I'll,
good.
I'll check it out. And yeah, it feels good. Like some of the abilities, like I didn't realize that the knockback that you were getting at the start was there. Like it just felt like I was
Yeah.
not doing much damage, and then I got a standstill like
Yeah.
bonus, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm awesome now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how far through? How many bosses have you?
I think I've completed like 3. I just got like a
Okay.
dash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you yeah, okay. I know exactly. what
pretty early.
Yeah.
I think. But things are starting to open up.
Yep.
And it feels cool.
Yeah. I'm keen to hear more about this. Blake, did you play?
No, I didn't play.
Ah.
I'm gonna. All right, you guys have now that Severn is also on.
Dude,
it, like,
it's cool, and like you're not playing on a freaking Surface Go.
yeah.
Hang on. Yeah. Why
Well-
are you playing on the Surface Go as opposed to like
Yeah,
your,
that is a
your
good-
PlayStation?
I'm on the couch, like I'm downstairs, so I'm like
Is there a PlayStation?
not downstairs.
Is there any sort of console?
No, that's
like-
Well,
what,
Surface Go.
It's all everything. Just get a Switch, man. Oh.
yeah. Like I was actually thinking like, oh, this is why people get Switches.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. All right, we're now well over time. So thanks for listening. Thanks for coming back, guys. It's been a while. It's good to be back.
Yeah, I'm curious if we've still got listeners.
Yeah.
We'll
Hey,
find out.
if
We'll
you're
see what the listener number is on this one. Might have all forgotten about us.
if you're still listening, email us at frontseatquestion@gmail.com. We want to hear from you, and you
Mhm.
can also message us on all our social medias. Severn suggested I don't read out the giant list of social media things because hey, turns out we don't use most of them.
Yeah, it's basically just basically Facebook.
Facebook is one, so facebook.com/frontseatcast.
That's kind of
Um,
it. Even Twitter is just like I just post what I post on Facebook anyway.
Yeah, but we also check the email address.
Yeah, I mean the email is more important.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, anyway, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll be back in a couple weeks, unless more of life gets in the way. We'll find out.
Awesome.
Stay
Damn
tuned.
COVID crap.
Yeah, that too. All right. Bye.
Like platformers can annoy me because you can be playing a platformer and you get to a section where you have to wait for the right jump.
Yep.
And if that goes on too long, man, that annoys me.
I guess I don't know. People have such short attention spans
it
now.
breaks the rhythm.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
flow of the game.
Yeah.
But if it's a Sonic the Hedgehog game, sure.
Just go fast. Yeah.
Yeah, if the whole thing about the game is you gotta go fast.
Yeah.
But if it's about timing,
I think that's why I
and
never had.
precision,
I think that's why I never had the patience for Mario. Because Mario is very much
Short attention span.
too short attention span. I was always
you're,
a Sonic
you're
kid.
talking 2D Mario though.
Yeah, yeah,
3D
I'm talking 2D Mario.
has
Yeah.
very little of that.
Yeah.
It's
I know
all about
exactly. I
exploration.
really loved 3D Mario.
Have you played Odyssey?
No,
Dude, have you seen speedruns?
Not.
of just in general.
Just Mario? Mario
they
speedrun.
don't stop.
Yeah, but dude, that's not the typical player.
That's how you play it.
That's not the typical player.
Have you seen like blindfolded speedruns?
What? No,
are
that's crazy.
Yeah, there's some pretty impressive blindfolded speedruns out there.
You just got to go fast.
You just gotta go fast. I just play Sonic and everything.
I watched a blindfolded Zelda speedrun of Ocarina of Time. Like, how the fuck? They're doing things like, okay, so I'm waiting to hear for the sound where I'm running against the wall, and I'm
Oh my
going
God.
to take 3 steps to the left, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to do 2 backflips, and then I'm going to do a forward roll and a jump, and I'm going to clip through the wall. And he does it all.
Wow. That's
How
crazy.
fast is the speedrun?
It's like way faster than I could beat the game. Because they're doing.
I have no context, man.
They're clipping through like maybe an hour or two, like
Yeah.
clipping through walls, and
Fuck.
but they've memorized all of this, and
Wow.
they have this visualization of the whole world in their head. But then on top of that, they've memorized all of the steps to do the exploits that they need to do, and some
That's
of them
insane.
are so
Yeah.
specific, and like there's like 14 steps to get into the pixel perfect position to clip through this wall, that sort of thing.